Welcome to the Traders Market Intelligence Report brought to you by WealthBuildersHQ.com. This update is from Monday, the 25th of November, 2024. Hope you're having a great day. I hope it has been a good trading day for you. And just so you know, it is still going on. It's actually only about 2:30. I've got to get this one done a little bit earlier today. With the holidays and whatnot coming up, I'm teaching tonight as well. So I wanted to get it out and I wanted to make sure that it made it out to you today. So as we get started, keep in mind everything we look at is for education. Nothing's meant to be advice or recommendations. If you find something you like, anything, make sure it fits your own personal risk profile and risk tolerance. All right, so I'm going to just take the symbol grid off the page for now. Last evening, Inner Circle meeting. Great meeting last night. We were talking, so this is today's candle. We were talking about, yes, we got into bullish territory. If you've been following along with the Trade with Rob's, which I will make sure there's a link down below here to Trade with Rob, or you can just go over to tradinglikeaboss.com and you can register for free to be notified when the videos come out. But we've had these 4 days in a row where it was just pinned between the 8 and the 21. Pink is the 8, green is the 21, and it was the fib line as well. So 0, which was fantastic, right? Beautiful. And I said, and I quote, when I did power option plays and others, that when we're going to get the breakout, I'm looking for breaking out with a vengeance. And sure enough, we did. We broke out. I wasn't expecting an all-time high, but I was expecting it not to just meander its way through the moving average, but to really break from there. And it did. It broke out. It ran all the way back, which meant the bears tried to bring it back down. No, 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 said the bulls, and brought it right back up. Close where it was. Last evening in Inner Circle, we were talking about the S&P, and I said I really would love to see it pull back to the fib line and bounce, and that would give me an indication of, all right, we're ready to start adding some bullish trades where I don't have to look at it aggressively any longer. I can do full lots of contracts or full dollar amount of a trade, meaning if you normally trade $2,000 is what you normally put into a trade, maybe in some of these crazier moves in here, maybe you were only doing $500 or $300 or $800, whatever the number was, right? You were doing a smaller number. Well, once we broke out here, I feel confident to go back to the full number again at this point. We got a great bounce. Again, we still have an hour and a half until the market closes. But based on where we are right now, we're in a bullish bias. We're at a rank of 3, which is going to change, I'm assuming, by the end of the day. So I'm looking for a pullback here. If we get a pullback, the support is 59.43. From there, you're going to use each of the moving averages. The 8 and 21 is the next stop levels in there. On the upside, we've got a whole host of OMG, oh my goodness, happening up there. So this 618 line right here, this purple line, that is part of the ABC pattern that measured A to B, which is where the fib started up to where the fib ended. There's the B, right? And then back down to the lowest low, which was the C. And then extrapolates 3 lines out, 1, 2, and there's one more up here, which I will show you in a moment. It shoots 3 lines out from there, and those 3 lines then help us to understand other areas of supports and or resistances, and ideally we want to see things that are overlapping, just like we're doing here, okay? So with that being said, what happened? Well, we've got this 59.90 level right here, this purple line. We've got a 6,000 level right there. We use 1,000 point levels on the S&P 500. We've got a 6,007, we'll call it 6008, which is a fib line, and then we've got 6017, which is our all-time high on the S&P 500. Man, we've got 4 sheets of plywood stuck to the ceiling that we have to break through. So there's some serious resistance there. Well, if it's that big a resistance, why are you liking it? Because when we do break through it, it's usually powerful. And what I mean by that is we're going to get a break, and the break is good. Whether we pull back and retest or not, that's very possible. What I mean by it is if it was strong enough to break through it and hold, it's strong enough to break through and continue to press higher. So with that being said, right, from the upside standpoint, we're looking at 60.60, and I'm going to just back this up so I can see the fib levels, which puts us at a 382. And then we got 61.72, it's 112. We don't need a fib in there. So then we get up to the negative 618, which I love the number. It's a very important piece for us in our Fibonacci speak as far as the level goes. And then look, what a great red line, huh? What you don't realize is there's a green line buried in there. 61.72.35, 35.45. 18-cent difference between this 100 percentile line and this fib line. Now what that tells me is we look at A to B, and whatever this comes out to be, this was a 100% move. Whatever the number was, doesn't matter. $100, $1,000, makes no difference, right? From B to C was our pullback, so we're just going to mark it as PB. right, from C up to what then would be considered D is also expected to be 100% move. So whatever this move was from 54.02, here, easiest way to do it is this here. If we grab a dollar difference tool, and we're going to be close, I won't be exact, but $475 we'll call it, right? If I double click on that, it will duplicate it, and then I can bring it over to where the bottom sits on the C right there, and then lo and behold, that's where the 100 point is. So we're looking at, from that level C, a $474 move, 75, whatever it is, dollar move to the upside. Now, it doesn't mean it's happening all at once. It doesn't mean it's happening today. It may not happen by inauguration time. I can't say when it's going to happen. There's a lot of happy times coming up with holidays now and Santa Claus rally and all of that. But it really is going to come down to the news that's coming out. I really think that people are liking what we saw for a presidential election. The market is. And there's still an air of caution out there of, let's make sure that we're not getting too far ahead of ourselves here, right? So I do love the way the S&P is working right now. Get me above that congestion, and I'm stoked. But we got where I wanted to yesterday and today, just perfection in the making, right? Then we look at the VIX, fear. All right, we're down. The S&P is up today. How much is it up right now? 16, 17 points right now. So the VIX is down $1.22. I think the VIX has had an overreaction in some of the recent days when it went up much higher than it should have. We're sitting at 1563. We're still low on VIX. I like it a lot, right? There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I realize that the market is going to change by the time the day is over. I get that, right? Follow along with the layout that I just gave you as far as the levels we're looking at and that I'm interested in, and see where we come up to on a close on that. All right, with that, make it a profitable day. Stay focused on the quest to becoming a great trader. Keep crushing it. And remember, you're just one trade away. Take care, everybody. I will see you at our next update. Bye for now.